going on, everyone? Welcome. How's it going? What's everyone up to? It is Saturday. Yes, Saturday. So I see we have 60 viewers, 23 likes. Hit that like button, guys. Why are we so low on those likes? All right, so let's do a quick roll call, see what we got going on, see what everyone's up to, and all that other good stuff. Well, you guys have been talking away for quite some time, and right off the start here, we do have Budweiser. All right, let that play out a little bit there. So we got Chris Rish here. We got, I always butcher that name. One day I'll say it right. But all right, Johanna's, Dan Ruggs, POS. What is going on? Ogre MGTOW.
Rud Putz.
The Pirate. Scroll through. Don't want to say too much. Skirm, what's going on, Skirm? Talking away. Scrolling. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. Ultra Carbon, what's going on? Robert, what's happening? Keep on going. Okay, so talking away. Active people in the chat today. Crypto Craig, what is going on? Robert. Jay Santos 77, what's going on? Snoozu. Viper Mining, what's happening? Scrolling. Elam Asai, SC? Is that how it said? Something like that? I'm sorry about that. Oh, it just jumped on me already? Really? You jumped on me already? Okay, anyway. Snoozu, Red Panda Mining with the wrench. What is going on? Say my name in the lowest. Hold on. Let me try something here.
Red Panda Mining.
I don't know. Did that kind of work? I don't even know if that worked too well. I can't hear what this stuff's coming out as, so I don't even know. You know, it might not even work, and I just sound weird with my own voice because maybe the button didn't work at the time or so. Lower. I gotta do a whole bunch of editing to adjust that. I don't know if I can go lower at this point. Maybe after. I'll try one more time. Hold on. Let's see if maybe I'll just try to put my voice lower if that'll help or not. And slower.
Red Panda Mining.
I don't know. Did that work? How was that? That was good? That was good? Okay. All right. Awesome. Oh, crazy. So, how's everyone doing? What is going on? I don't even know what we were talking about. What did I say? Well, the name of the stream, I guess, is Crypto About to Explode. And you know what? It's not going to happen this year. It's not like it's going to explode tomorrow or something. I actually seen a funny article. I don't know who it is. I guess there's some chick running around that does these predictions. Everyone says this person is way out to lunch. But I saw something on Reddit this morning where, anyway, some prediction person was saying Bitcoin is going to hit 1.5 million in they said in 7 years. So it says in 7 years. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So obviously everyone was calling him down saying, I wish I had that much hopium. What are they on type of thing, which makes sense. You got to think about it before you start making any type of prediction. And it doesn't mean it'll always play out the same way, but you got to start with the cycles. Think about it. 7 years from now is 2030. 2030 is going to be the start of the bear market after the 2029 bull run. If you're going by the every 3 year central, 2030 will be like your 2014, your 2018, and your 2022. And then in theory, it'll be the 2026 after the 2025 bull run. So saying it's going to be at 1.5 million by 2030 is kind of crazy to think about because that bull run in theory will be 2029. So yeah, already I felt that was an out to lunch prediction just based on the date in general. It doesn't make any sense. It's hilarious. I love how, things come out. We get a little bit of green for a little while and bam, we have 500 million Bitcoin predictions, 500,000, 900,000, 27 billion. I don't even know. I'm just making up crazy high numbers right now because that's out to lunch. But regardless, I feel cryptocurrency could explode. So here I'm going through my news here over on the RabidMining.com website. So let's just see what's actually popping up in the headlines. Limitations of the EU's new cryptocurrency regulations. Bitcoin tumbles to a 10-day low. Germany's DZ Bank to offer crypto custody with Swiss firm. Interesting. U.S. agencies recommend old risk management principles for crypto liquidity. Oh, let's talk. We got to deal with crypto old school. I'm not going into these articles. I'm just reading headlines and kind of, I guess talking in my head out loud. coordination global crypto policies, G20 key financial stability priority, don't care. Israel startup chain reaction raises 70 million to build blockchain silicon. Interesting. Whale sells 1,010 NFTs in 48 hours in the largest NFT dump ever. I'm not into NFTs, so yeah. But this is the one I kind of want to talk about right here. U.S. regulators and Federal Reserve issues joint warning about crypto liquidity risk. Now, this is the interesting one right here. And, you know, we're not going to read the article. We're not going to go. A quick, fast sum up is pretty much they're getting banks to pretty much pay attention to people that want to buy crypto. Now, I made a funny tweet and people are like, hey, you should make a video on this. You know, we hear about bank runs and stuff all the time. And it's kind of funny how they're dealing with crypto. And pretty much if you put a bank through the same type of test that a lot of communities do, like XMR, for an example, they will fail horribly. You go to a bank to pull out an X amount of funds, it's going to take a few days to do so. Why? Because they don't have the frickin' funds to pay the people. So it's kind of hilarious. So now they were putting this big stop on. They're trying to limit the amount of people who can purchase crypto. You know, they're making it look so bad. We see mainstream media have the volatility and all these things. Now, Keanu Reeves, a few days ago, I seen in some post that he said, you know, the aspect of, you know, it's not because some celebrities talk about crypto. You know, a lot of celebrities get into crypto and talk about it. But, you know, just the project of being able to have assets to trade for other assets across the world or buy stuff, example, like with Bitcoin and stuff, is a very interesting idea. And it's pretty cool. And the more I feel like we got to think back from step one. When Bitcoin first came out, its whole purpose was to obviously overthrow, be able to use cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, because there were no really other cryptos. Bitcoin was the first one. It's the godfather of crypto, and everything else is technically an altcoin. So we got Bitcoin. It released. It was to pretty much overthrow the technical financial system so that you don't have to give in to what you're pretty much being told to do when it comes to fiat and everything, using the mainstream type of ways as currency. So that's the whole purpose behind Bitcoin. Now, moving forward, as all these regulations come in and all this come in, and not only does it also bring more insight to crypto in general, it's like, hey, you know, because some people out there's a lot of people that's never heard of crypto. There's a massive 85 to 90% has never invested into crypto. So we are so young, it's not even funny. And then as more people hear about it, whether it's through a regulation, that'll bring up curiosity. So why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? You have people that might be thinking outside the box. Hey, I've actually, you know, I kind of heard about this, you know, in 2017. I heard about this in 2021. You know, each cycle, more and more people do hear about it, but not many people really know about it. So I feel as more people investigate it, look into it, we're going to see this. And as the governments try to push things away, it's going to cause a massive influx of people into crypto. So I believe this is working reverse of what the governments and media is trying to show us on TV and stuff and through the regulations. And it's going to come out. I think more people are going to be looking into crypto. More people will begin investing into crypto. And this is going to cause a huge explosion, possibly by 2025 in the next bull run, but probably for sure by 2029, especially when a lot of these coins like FLUX and stuff really start getting mature and developed here and doing what they can do. We're going to see a huge explosion spread right across cryptocurrency, I feel, in the next, you know, anywhere from 2 to 6 years, maybe, you know, 2029 bull run, I feel is going to be the really big explosion. But, you know, obviously we're going to have a huge one in 2025 as well. That's my 2 cents on the whole. That's what I really think is probably going to play out here. We're going to see a lot more people diving into it, and that brings in a lot more money. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting future for crypto, I feel. What we got going on in live chat? I see some tags there. Thank God I'm a miner and do not buy crypto. I have been buying a little bit of crypto with extra money here and then when things have been dipping. Like FLUX has been, it looks like it's might hit down to that $1 Canadian mark again, which, you know, is looking like a pretty good deal. So when I do have a little bit of extra funds kind of going around, I do swap some coins into certain ones and stuff. So technically I am buying a little bit. We better be on Cayman Islands by 2030. Yeah, it's time to move out. So it was kind of funny. This is interesting. I think it might be a cool idea. I remember back when I first started my gaming channel, I was running this clan and everything. It is kind of interesting now that I think about it, because the name of this tribe and clan, depending what it was. Ever since I was like 17, I ran by the same tribe name with a few group of friends and stuff. And I've always called it survival. And we've always, been playing together. So we always talked about having our own private island with our own internet that we could just play games and stuff. Now it's almost like I'm leaning towards us as miners. All of us guys should just get together, buy our own private island and call it like crypto paradise or something. I don't know. I think that'd be a cool idea. That's what we need. And it's just going to be like half the island will be like a solar farm. The other half will be like mining farm. And then there'll be a few mansions in between with Lambos to get back and forth between things. Obviously paid and covered by Bitcoin and stuff. But that's the mining thing. Yeah, let's do that. You up for that, Panda? That sounds like a good idea. A mining paradise. Get our own private island. Yes. Half solar, half mining farm. We mine our own currencies. That's awesome. Done. Who's in? That is the $1 million challenge. We are going to be doing a fundraiser to buy a private crypto island. Let's do this. Start sending in them super chats now. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guys. Oh, crazy. I think I was going to play a little joke here, but I think technically I might already have the $1 million challenge because I do have a few Raptorium coins stored away. So I have a feeling that's going to push me over to my goal limit. So I'm waiting until 2029 maximum to hit that $1 million mark. So we'll see what happens there. Who's in? You guys believe in that? You guys think that's true? I know Skirm thinks he's in on that one. He knows that one's going to happen. Let's go. Joe Buckus, instead of being a miner, start making FPGA and sell those to miners. Hey, you can do that. Well, you can do that as well. Miners are starting to look into FPGAs, but it's very hard get your hands on a friggin' FPGA. I've never had one. I want one. And yeah, it's failing me. Good morning from Seattle, USA. 10:15. Nice. $2, 1 million. Thank you very much. A little time minded for the 199 US. Much appreciated. Hey, that's $2 out of our goal. We only have 998, I guess. Yeah, and 99 cents left to go or something like that. Hoping my pink bag explodes. Hey, you never know. You always need to dream. Yes, we're full of dreams, right? We love dreams. I've been mining RTM for over a year. I'm at 55K RTM. Nice. Awesome. Sup, fellow pick. How is the Threadripper Epic Fund going? It is going absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible fund. Well, it's a great fund, but then yeah, it's a long ways out. Yes, you almost have 1.8 million Raptorium. Awesome. Almost full. No time for you. Bet you're pumped for that. That's sweet. Good job. I think it's time I put my rig back on RTM. Oh, that just reminds me because I just had a little pain. So the past couple days, I was going to go live yesterday, but then I was pretty tired. I've been had last couple days, I've been a little bit on the sleepless side. I have a broken tooth in the mouth and it kind of hurts, but today it's feeling not too bad. So that sucks. And a dentist is kind of expensive right now. Well, that's a lie. I bought crypto to buy my miner. That's a lie. I bought crypto to buy my miner. That's true, actually. Yeah, because what is it, Bitmain? And yeah, they require crypto, so you got to buy crypto in theory to do that. I'm definitely excited about RTM's future. A lot of things going on. Yes, Skirm, 100% for sure. I wish, I just got a 5900X on it, doing as much as they can. Awesome. Glad to see everything going back down. I wasn't done buying yet. Isn't healthcare free in Canada? No. Well, yes and no. It all depends. It's an interesting situation. Most healthcare is, but when it comes to like expensive things like dentist stuff, it's not. So you have to get like third party. I guess in theory, it's like the United States version of insurance or something. Yeah, I don't know. And YouTube doesn't have an insurance plan. You gotta buy that on your own, which it doesn't pay enough to afford the insurance plan. What pool do you use for RTM? Let me go to there. It's been a while since I've been on the good old Raptorium. I've been bouncing around quite a few places. So let's go to mining pool stats. Have a quick peek at Raptorium. See what do we got? What pools do we got here? Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I use. Raptorium Zone. How could I forget about that? Yeah, so Raptorium Zone is the pool that I use. And especially for you iNodes users out there, let's just open this up. so that you guys can see better instead of this zoomed out version of mining pool stats, because my screens are all, it's hard for some of you guys to see, especially if you're on mobile or something. So yeah, I use Raptorium Zone right here. I guess I'll still have to go to big screen here, but this is what I use. Now, inodes people, if you are utilizing inodes and you're mining to the node address there, you actually get a reduction in your percentage fee from using Raptorium Zone over to there. So that's a nice bonus. And this is the pool when I do mine Raptorium. Raptorium Zone is the pool I do use, especially for mining to those smart nodes. So that's my pool that I am recommending for people. I've heard the big solar panel farms are updating to newer 400 amp panels. You can get them for free, the old 200 amp panels, because they had to pay $15 per panel to get rid of it. That's interesting. Which exchange is best for liquidating Cadena? I'm not really sure. Let's look at that in a second. Well, let's see what exchanges all have it. Jova's at RabidMining. Have you heard that AMD CPU will have integrated RAM, CRAM like VRAM? I don't think they're getting there to make CPU more like GPU with iGPU inside. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that yet. So that's an interesting thing. I don't know about that actually. That would be interesting, but yeah, maybe I don't know. If they add a better APU, I guess, or whatever on top of that CPU and then put in like that type of memory or something, maybe it'd be sweet. I don't know though, but that's very interesting. To think 46 cents in SK, like Saskatchewan, Robert. You're in Saskatchewan. It's 46 cents. That's insane. Absolutely insane power. Wow, I was not aware power was so high in Saskatchewan. If that's what you're referring to with SK. Kazuma X, what's going on? RabidMining, watching my fun burn and trying not to act about it. It's so frustrating. Oh yeah, with the dips and everything right now, it's crazy. Here's another thing. Actually, let's go to, before we look at that, let's look at the Cadena price, or I guess Cadena exchanges, and see what we can do here. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Go into here, pop up KDA right quick. All right, go to full screen. Let's see what they got. So I guess it looks like Binance has a USDT pairing. Now, first, I don't know what it is. I don't use Binance, even though everyone uses Binance. I don't. For some reason, I don't know. I just feel. But again, only use an exchange for its intended purpose, and that is to swap your coins, sell your coins. That's what an exchange is for. It's not there to hold your coins. Binance on their own on their website say, hey, hold your coins with, like, they're encouraging people, especially people don't know. Yeah, you can safely hold your coins on our platform. Don't do that. These people are brainwashing people like the media. I don't know what's going on here, but hold on to your own coins. We all know this, most of us anyway. But yeah, so let's look like Binance anyway as USDT version. We got KuCoin here. Hotbit, Gate.io, looks like they have it here. I haven't really used much of these. KuCoin is a popular one. Gate.io is actually pretty popular as well. And I guess Trade Ogre even has, what? Is that right? Does Trade Ogre have Cadena? No. I was not aware of that. It's red here. What, $1.08? It's way under. Maybe they're adding it. I was not aware that Trade Ogre had that. I gotta look at this right now. Trade Ogre. I did not think. I love Trade Ogre, guys. Don't get me wrong. Like Trade Ogre, especially if you want Bitcoin, it is one of the cheapest withdrawal fees out of any exchange. I use it all the time, especially if I want to pull out Bitcoin. Hawk Crypto, thank you very much for the 10 US. Hey, brother, dropping in to say hello. Been super busy with Terra hosting. Big things coming with cheaper electric. Can't wait to share. That is awesome. Hey, guys, yeah, so if you guys are unfamiliar, obviously, most of you guys probably already know because you follow everyone's channel. Hawk Crypto there, Terra hosting. You know, they all got together and a bunch of people. They are hosting mining rigs for people at Terra hosting, and looks like now they're getting even cheaper power. I want to know what those power rates are, because if you could drop that below somehow of 11 cents, that's cheaper than what I got. Plus you got the infrastructure. I would gladly, you know, fire some stuff over there if you can get below 11 cents. But that's awesome, especially Europe, guys. 40 cents. You in Saskatchewan there just said you had 40 some cents. There is a great alternative for you right there with Hawk and their Terra hosting. So check that stuff out. So Pirate, thank you very much for the 10 Ron. I'm not sure what Ron is. Dentist fund, don't wait, just you'll just pay more. That's very true. That's very true as well. Thank you very much, the Pirate, much appreciated. What do we got going on? Lightning bolts, big eyeballs from Little Time there. Chairs, Little Time, it's coming. How power? Okay. Joe Bacchus is saying Terra hosting. Now, do I have? Yeah, Hawk, you can post your Terra hosting link down in there. You have mod if you want, and then people can check out your website. Can I send them my rigs from Europe? I imagine so. I don't know what the shipping would be, but yeah, you could most likely definitely send your stuff in from Europe. And I believe that's going to be a big help from all you people in Europe because that power price is massive out there. But yeah, there's the link right there. You just sent it. So yeah, check it out if you guys want to. Anyway, back to what we were looking at. Trade Ogre. Where's Cadena? Is it seriously in here? Bitcoin, Ripple. What was the pairing? It was BTC. Oh, there's so many BTC. Let's just search KDA. Okay, they do, in fact. Wow. Okay, I was not aware of this. Trade Ogre does have Cadena. Now, it does look like the price is a bit lower, probably because there's not much volume or something, so it'll move a little quicker, but Cadena is here. That's pretty sweet. Now, here's the big thing why I do like Trade Ogre, and I've never had issues. I'm not sponsored or anything by Trade Ogre in any way, but their withdrawal fee here, look at this. Let's just ping this up, copy that. Let's look at BTC fees right quick. Our BTC price, I guess I like to use CoinGecko because it actually has like their calculator thing happening there. CoinGecko, engage. So, bam. $1.15. So your withdrawal fee here is $1.15 on Bitcoin. That is super cheap to withdraw. Now you go to something like, let's say crypto.com. Most of the mainstream exchanges actually are pretty close to the same. So let's just go crypto.com fees. It's going to pop into here, fees and limits. And we're going to go withdrawal fees. Now let's look at Bitcoin. Find Bitcoin here. Bitcoin. Where are you? B. There you go. BTC. Look at that. 0005. So 3 zeros and a 5. Thank you very much, Kazum X, for the 10 euros here. Rabid, I've been researching the market. I let my AI search too sometime against the CBDC and BTC. And whatever I do, I research all lead to Monero 7 days straight. Every safest crypto lead to Monero. Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. And I feel, especially with everything going on and the privacy and all the breaches with every company, like it's almost like every day we hear of some big company got a privacy breach. Hey, it's okay. Customers didn't lose too much. Hey, if you've been working here, maybe your SIN numbers and stuff may be compromised, but we're working on fixing it. You pretty much lost all your information about yourself, but it's okay because it happens to all these mainstream companies. They say it's okay, but if it happens anywhere else, like something like crypto or something, obviously it's going to be the biggest, worst, collapse that ever happened. It's very funny how they play these things out. So again, I believe there's going to be a future move into the privacy sector, and that's where XMR and Dero could see some huge price gains moving in the future. XMR has seen some decent gains. Canadian price, I think it was a little over $500 or something, but it never really seen any big explosions yet. But I feel privacy coins will see some big explosions probably into the next, few years here, just due to the very issues like that and people trying to get more private. Now, XMR, I believe, still has like what, an $800,000-$900,000 bounty on its head to be able to track transactions. Still hasn't been cracked. And if you really want to decentralize your XMR, get as privacy as you possibly can, obviously run your own nodes, guys. Sync your wallet through the RPC of your own node, which is what I do through the ledger. My wallet is synced and everything through my own home node. And when I do my transactions through my wallet, it runs through my node and then obviously to the network and stuff. But that's how everything is being validated all by yourself. Anyway, so we're going to go in BTC here. So it's 0005. Let's just jump right back into the Bitcoin price thing. So 0005, this is 40. So let's just remove that one. Bam. $11.51. So every time you withdraw out of a centralized exchange, now Binance is the same one, I think, but you can get cheap if you withdraw on the Binance chain. But that's not straight Bitcoin. That's not. So all these platforms, main centralized exchanges, we got crypto with their crypto.com with their CRO. We got Binance with their BNB and BNC chains and everything like this. They're trying to get you on to their own coins. Now, that is not true Bitcoin. It is a different Bitcoin wrapped in whatever you want to call it. You can call it Bitcoin wrapped whatever. It is still fake Bitcoin until it's legitly on the mainnet Bitcoin. So, you know, these platforms, they try to bring you in and say, yeah, use our stuff, use our things. And then when they turn into FTX or something and go collapse, they own all your stuff and you lose it all. So stay on the main networks of all these coins, especially Bitcoin and stuff. Use the cheapest tools in your arsenal, which in this example is Trade Ogre, where you're spending $1, little over $1, or you can use like something like Binance, crypto.com, whatever, and spend, you know, $11.50. Remember, as prices go up, this will easily turn into like $40, $50, $60, and then still on Trade Ogre only be a couple bucks. But a centralized exchange, they make a lot of money. This is where they get a lot of their money. They bring you in, sucker you in, and people don't look at the withdrawal fees on a lot of these exchanges, and some of them vary by large amounts. And then bam, they make bank, and a lot of people are like, whoa, where did half my money go? And I went to pull it out. What happened to it? I had this much and I got this much. What's going on? That's what's happening. They stole it from you. Yeah, so CKB and stuff, that's something I kind of want to look at here. We don't know the future of Cadena as well as CKB. Obviously, they're way too young. They've only seen a single bull run. But so far this year, CKB has been outperforming Cadena. Now let's kind of look at just, you know, we're starting at 2021 here, or 2021. That's not this year, 2023. So let's start with Cadena right here, early 2021. So start of the year is right here. So January 1st, $1.17 Cadena has hit. Started the year off at $1.17. It did pump up here, not too bad, to about $1.80. And then now we're hanging out at about $1.51. So that's about what? Like a 75% increase, I guess? 75 or so. Now we look at Nervous CKB here. Where's January 1st? Right here. So January 1st was 0.003. And if we see where it pumped up to, it was actually 0.008. That is almost a 3x gain. Currently, we're hanging out at 0.0069. We're already up 2x. We're hanging down in the red 2x of when it opened up at the year. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to be a long-term outperformer. We don't know. But CKB has been gaining a lot of traction because, for one reason, obviously the K7 miner, Bitmain, they released a miner. We see increases in prices, and more people are starting to actually talk about CKB now, where it used to always be ever since the pump. Like, look at this, Cadena, all. And ever since this time, like this thing just shot up like a rocket, and then it never really recovered. It was just a downfall ever since, but it shot up pretty big. And ever since this, and Cadena miners have been fairly profitable there because there really hasn't been that much hash rates on the network. So ASIC only mining here, it shot up. People started talking about Cadena all over the place. KDA. It's the future, blah, blah, whatever. Just like any coin that pumps, it's always becomes the next new future or something like that. I don't know, but you know what's going on. But then anyway, it just crashed and burned and doesn't really recover ever since. And if we actually look at Nervous here, CKB, it followed Bitcoin pretty good. It went up, boom, then it crashed, and then obviously it went up again, and then it's coming down, and it's slowly gaining a little bit of traction, but obviously it's still down. So we don't know. Both of these coins, we have no idea how they will actually perform. As we can see, 2019 is when it first, according to CoinMarketCap, was starting to get listed, and Cadena was 2020. So they're really new coins, and none of them, this is the first bull run that they all seen. So 2025 will be an interesting aspect to see which coin is really going to pump and which isn't. Now, there's a good chance that both of these coins might not even see their previous all-time high. That's a possibility, and something as a miner we always got to think about when purchasing equipment and things like that as well. But there is a pretty good chance that we should at least, you know, ping off that all-time high and hopefully go above that. And that's what we're all hoping for. Hopefully it goes above that, but we don't know until we actually come in. We need some more data to actually decide, you know, what's going on here. What do we got here? Kazuma X, I don't know, but I'm gonna do a really bold move, but I hope it helps. Monero trend, AMA start converting all my network into Monero after rent pay and just use it for payments. See, that's a very interesting aspect. And and remember, you're saying that a lot of people aren't, but that also doesn't mean you're not the only one thinking that. Like I said, there's probably going to be another big move, or there's not another, but there's going to be a more of a movement probably into the privacy sector with everything that's kind of going on. And when that happens, there's a lot of people thinking probably the same way. I want privacy. I want security. I'm going to go to this. And do you know who benefits? Well, everyone benefits in crypto. Come on. Unless you're getting something like Meow Coin. I'm just kidding. No offense. I'm just joking. But I just had to throw that in there because it's kind of funny. I caught some of that stream of DJ last night. And who was it? Mining King was saying somebody was mining Meow Coin. Everyone said, you're joking, right? You're playing us. Stop trolling us. So I just want to throw that little punch in there as well. But anyway, yeah, and Meow Coin uses Kapow. I don't like anything Kapow for the obvious reason. It like blows up GPUs and it's really hot and power intensive. You know, it's something we don't want as miners. We want something that doesn't use any power and is, you know, fairly profitable as the mining side. What do you think worst coin to mine is 2023? Worst coin? Now, I don't know. Worst coin to mine in 2023? Pink Chain, maybe. Is there still, let's take a look. I bet you there's still, is there hash rate on still? Pink Chain. Pink Chain is still listed here. Let's look. Oh no, there's no known pools. Okay. This doesn't mean that, wait a minute, 49 days. Okay, it doesn't look like anybody's mining it anymore. Okay, false alarm. So it's not Pink Chain. If Pink Chain was still here, then it would be the worst coin to probably mine. But nobody's mining it. We don't know what the worst coin is. Who knows? No, absolutely no idea. Anything. Like the dumbest coins in the world have exploded to stupid prices. So there's no really good answer for that. I don't know what it'd be. You're doing Caspa, then converting it to BTC. That's a very great thing. Pink Chain for the win. Some little Timmy's still on ETH. That's very true too. Yeah, there's probably someone out there on ETH still. Actually, if you look that up, does it have anything? Now, I think in theory, yeah, it doesn't even Ethereum. Yeah, it's not even. Oh, here it is. No known pools. What is this? This must be the POS side. 4 minutes ago? By this address? Oh, we can't see the whole address though. Block. Oh yeah, this is total POS side. Look at the blocks. Like they're not big gaps. But I wanted to say in theory, I think in theory, you can technically still mine Ethereum. I think. So think about it. All like when they did the merge, they moved over, but what happened was they hit that total terminal difficulty. Now, it is still in theory an active chain. So if you were to probably, I wonder if Son of a Tech, maybe if Red Panda Mining is still here, someone set up a node because I don't know how to run a Geth node or anything. I should learn and figure it out sometime because I do want to run an ETC node myself and try solo mine it and stuff. But I got to learn how to do that. But right now I don't know how. So I think it would be interesting though. Someone needs to set up their own Ethereum node and try mining to it proof of work style with your GPUs, with your ASIC, whatever, and see if you can hit a block. Now, in theory, you won't because that difficulty is, you know, extraordinarily high, but you still have that chance to hit a block. Now, people were saying before the merge that what would happen after the merge. Like I think Max Wolters, we were kind of talked about it once in a while when I had him on the show sometimes. But if you hit that block, would it wreck the POS side? I don't know, but I'm open up to this world of testing and trying it and seeing what happens, but I don't know how to do it. But in theory, the difficulty is extremely high, so it's next to impossible to hit a block, but it sounds like there is still a chance that you could hit that Ethereum block. So I don't know. We'll see. Fully Electric says, yes, you can still, but the difficulty is very high. For mining, it would be close to impossible to hit the block. Yeah, so exactly that. It's next to impossible, but you could, in theory, hit it. Now imagine that. 2 weeks from now, not going to happen. I hit an Ethereum block. What? I thought it was dead. I thought it was proof of work is over. It is over, but you can, in theory, still mine it. If you were to set up your own node, configure it correctly, and point your rigs towards it, you could try. And it's a possible thing to do, I believe. But we don't know. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. But there's a chance. See? I think that would be very cool. Imagine doing that. Oh, I'm vibrating. I'm like, I gotta figure out how to run Geth or something. I gotta figure this stuff out. Learn some Linux stuff. And 1% lucky. Yeah, I think that'd be cool though. I mean, all FL goes, but there's a chance. There is zero chance. Gordon Murphy says there is a zero chance. Thoughts on XDAG Dagger? I like it. I don't know what the future is or what it's doing, but I do actually. I used to. I have to set up a new wallet, I think, because I actually forgot the password to my Dagger wallet. Oh, so I think I have to do a new one. I don't know how many. I think I had like 1,000 coins too, and now I can't find my wallet password. But let's take a look at Dagger. Dagger's a very interesting one. Some people in the past said, I don't want you to talk about it, but I'm not really talking about it. I'm mentioning it, and I don't really know how to mention it yet because I don't know nothing about it. But let's take a look at this. It's very interesting. So there is right now, I am talking to some people. They're working on, I guess, your own node. So you can't really run your own node or anything on it yet, but there's something very fishy going on here. Not fishy as in bad, but something I don't understand. And it also makes me wonder if, potentially something like, what's it called? What's that other coin? Dynex is possibly the same way. I don't know though, but, let's take XDAG. So when I mined on this, XDAG, this is the pool right here. You can see there's more hash rate on solar power. Yeah, on solo. You're like, why would everyone be solo mining when you got pools and stuff here? And that's the interesting thing. So what I tried both ones out, a month or two ago or something, and I was mining. I was on the pool, and every block where I was getting like maybe 4 to 8 coins over the course of 2 or 3 hours. I think I was only equaling like maybe 25, 30 coins every couple hours. And then when I was on solar, why do I always say that? When I was on solo, I was actually finding a block every 2 or 3 hours when the difficulty is below 30. So we're at 22 right now, so that's not too bad. Sometimes it shoots up to 60 mega hash and it's not worth it for me to mine anyway. But I think a blocker was like, 64 to 100. Anyway, it was almost like 2 or 3 times more profitable per day solo mining than pool mining. I was like trying to figure it out. How the heck is this working that I hit these blocks, but you think the pool would be hitting all these blocks as well, but you're getting paid so low in the pool. And then I look at Dynex. I tried that shortly after the first time I tried Dagger. I'm like, hey, now something's really fishy because this almost seems like the same thing, but they don't give us an option to solo mine. So I can't even test the darn thing to figure that out. So anyway, coming back to Dagger here, XDAG solo mining is the way better option to go. I don't know why, but it is, and it's very weird. And the other option where I turn on, turn off, I've never sold any, and now I can't even get in my wallet. So I got to find out what the heck, where my password is. I've tried every password combination I ever use on anything. Somehow it's not working, but maybe I got hacked. That could be a possibility too. But anyway, regardless, it had CoinX here. And as we know, a lot of stuff is going on with CoinX. They actually just listed ASBIT here, like maybe last week. So for the past 3 months, whatever, this was never here. It was always CoinX. If we go to CoinX, courtesy of, I guess Alberta. I thought this was Canada-wide, but all right, it says Canada, Alberta right there. I guess I wasn't paying attention previously. Now it's not even loaded. Anyway, I cannot use CoinX in Alberta. I thought it was Canada originally, but it does sound like it's an Alberta thing. Why aren't you turning into English for me? I said English. English. Engage. All right, now it's not even translating for me. But regardless, you can get around it now. And all you guys know about this in the States, they're pretty much blocking and soon to ban. You have 2 months to get all your crypto off CoinX if you're in the United States, and they will be banning all the US-based accounts. But you can get around it, obviously, with a VPN. So you can do that. And people in Discord are trying it out the other day. You can just jump the gun, make a new account from, say you're from Hong Kong or something, make a new account, and then take that route. And you can still utilize that for trading, supposedly, in theory. But yeah. Let your GPU figure your password out. Yeah, I could just do that. And yeah, let's GPU do. I don't know what it is, though. I got to figure out because I don't know how many coins I had. 500, maybe 1,000. I don't think I had that many, but I had, I guess, a decent amount. What's the price right now? 14 cents. Let's calculate that. If I had 800 coins right now, again, I have no idea how many coins I had. 14 cents. How many do I have stuck in there? 800 times 0.14. That's $112. That's not too bad, actually. That's almost half a new rig. Now, it did hit 21 cents or something a couple days ago. 21, 22, that's 176. Not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And it's on RandomX, so RandomX is also a little higher power intensive algorithm, same as Monero. 2 sticks of RAM and low latency RAM is what you're going to want for Dagger. Yeah, I got my UK account already set up. Hey, Fully Electric, you moved to the UK? Awesome. Awesome. What's it like over there? You lost 40K plus RTM with a wallet that wouldn't sync. That's interesting. Well, how long ago was that, Traveler's Travels? What happened there? How did that happen? Did you see my guide the other day on updating it and bootstrapping it to the latest version? Because the latest version is mandatory, but you said you lost with a wallet, which means kind of past tense, a long time ago that happened. Maybe, I don't know. Possibly. What else do we got here? We got 126 viewers, 66 likes. Come on, guys, smash that like button and all that good stuff. Terrible in the UK for power, 31 GBP kilowatt hours. Oh, I want to bring something else up. Seeing how let's take a look at this. So let's go. Ipollo. Hey, you guys hear about this? You guys probably see this? Do you guys see this? What is this? It looks like a freaking jazz miner, doesn't it? Guess what? It's not. Anyway, so I've been talking to Ipollo. I've been trying to get a hold of what this is, and I kind of have some answers. Not totally, but I got some answers. So does anyone know what this is yet? Anybody? Anyone want to tell me? So I got to go back to my email so I can read this out correctly. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this new miner mainly supports ZKP and AIGC image generation computation. In wrap up, it also mines Aleo. So this sounds like it might be a server type of thing designated for Aleo mining. But again, we don't know for sure. So if you're unfamiliar with Leo, you got to set up a node, you got to run it, you got to point some hardware toward it, and you kind of mine in from there. I've been talking to some other people about Aleo and stuff, and some other people that host nodes for Aleo, and I don't know, it seems like an upcoming thing. It's currently in testnet. Eventually, all the testnet coins will get turned into mainnet for the earlier risers, and then Ethereum. It's supposed to end up at about 1/10 of the price of Bitcoin and kind of follow it at a 0.4% inflation increase over time goes by. So again, who knows what's going on? I did see Tom's Hardware actually about it like 4 or 5 months ago saying how GPU miners are cashing in their Ethereum to build rigs for Aleo, but I don't know how that works out yet. I don't know how to do this, but it's not for the average everyday miner. There's a lot more technical setup and know-how in order to mine this coin, but it's going to be interesting. So this is sounding like what it potentially is that's coming soon. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get one or not, but I'm trying to tell them to give me one. And then I got to figure out, how to even mine this freaking coin. But we'll see what happens. That's an OCTOMINER new case is designed to do. Yeah, that's what the new Octos are doing as well. There's more companies. I've been talking to a couple now. There's more companies getting into this Aleo thing, and it's still only in testnet. So there's a lot of hype building up around it. But again, we don't know what's going on. There's no really exchange yet. It's all guesstimations on what they think the price will be, and that's what they think the price will start at, is about 1/10 of the BTC price, and then a 0.4% inflation increase over X amount of time and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff going around it. But yeah, OCTOMINER supposedly is building the same type of thing for Aleo mining. It looks like Ipollo's dropping this miner, and there's a couple other companies that are dropping miners as well for this. So there's something going on that's not really widespread yet. So there you go. We're kind of talking about it now. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So I don't really know the full aspect around this yet. I got to do a little more research into this topic, but it's going to be very interesting to see. Full PCI X16 on all slots. That's what I mean. Like, I feel this is like evolution. We're slowly moving more towards a proof of useful work stuff, but at the same time, like you full times 16 on all slots. Now, does that mean full times X16 full, what's it called? Speed, X16 speed, or is it just the size of the slots that's coming across for those? I believe the minimum requirements for an Aleo node is twice the bandwidth is like 50 megabytes up and down, which is twice of a Cumulus node on Flux. That's insane. I believe 16 core, 32 is recommended to run a node. So you need a beast of a computer to run this type of stuff. It almost reminds me of Filecoin kind of, but again, I don't really know what's going on here, but things, also the block rewards on a Leo seem very different. So as we know right now, a block reward, you find a block, you get the full rewards. That's it. There's one solution per block. A Leo does sound like there's multiple solutions per block, which means if you hit a block solo mining, other people probably found the same block, and it distributes the block rewards to more people instead of a single entity getting the entire block reward. So that's something else that they're kind of doing. A totally new, this is totally different than anything we have seen yet. So it's interesting, but I don't know the full details on what's going on with this yet, but it's very interesting to see. Yeah, Threadripper and all rigs. Yeah, we're all going to be building Threadripper mining rigs here pretty soon. I really got to get a hold of AMD and say, hey, you know what's about to happen? Gamers don't give a Gamers don't give about your products anymore. They can't afford to update. You need to start catering to us miners so we can get your hardware out there, and maybe you'll, be able to make more sales because, Linus isn't doing it enough. I'm just kidding. Linus is huge. We know this. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be crazy. There's more demand in the mining space now than there ever was for this type of hardware. Epics, Threadrippers, and so on, especially with the proof of useful works and stuff coming out. I just feel AMD should start, even NVIDIA, they should really, stop with their PR BS. They really want to make money. They should start, catering more towards miners. Put these stats in their sheets. Crypto is growing. We know this. Eventually, it will probably happen. You look on the back of a box of a GPU, it'll probably show a hash rate for something on top of whatever it has for all its cores and specs. But it's crazy. We'll see what happens. Proof of useful work needs full X16. Yes, this is what I keep trying to say. Like, I really want to get Dan here from Flux on he said he'd come on the show one day, but these are the questions that nobody seems to get answered. But these are what I want to know. Proof of useful work. When I look at rendering and stuff, I'm rendering a video. I'm not putting my GPU on a ×1 slot and rendering a video and waiting years to do it. You need ×16. You need a good CPU, depending if it's a graphic, and it also depends on what the program that you're using is. But like for me, for an example, my rendering program I use, it uses the GPU for certain things, like certain effects and stuff uses the GPU, and then transitions and other things like that uses the CPU. So it goes in collection with both at full speed to fully render a video as fast as possible. So you start pumping this stuff in the ×1, trying to do it through an algorithm and stuff, you're going to get better performance out of this. So, it may cater to more people at the slower speeds of ×1, but what about the people that go out and build a farm out of maybe 4090s and they're all on ×16 slots? They're building like server rigs instead of that. Are they going to benefit ×10 in terms of profitability versus someone with, a bunch of 4090s or maybe just 3070s or something with lower memory inside an OCTOMINER case or something? Like, these are the questions that no one's really answered for me, and it's all beat around the bush so far. So there's no hard evidence, no hard anything on proof of work, useful work yet, other than a term that's being thrown around way too much that nobody really understands because it's just being thrown around way too much. So I want to know what the heck is going on. Kazuma X, Rabid, we get happy to see new ASICs and new CPUs released, but what criminals in dark web use it is far more efficient and stronger, and can't have the tech that only can use after years and years. I'm not 100% understanding that statement, but it sounds like it could be a bad thing when we got all these new CPUs, because dark web stuff, yes, they can use these things in obviously bad ways, but no, that is, I guess, a true point for sure. Dan said 8x is minimum, 16x preferable. Oh, so it is that. So there you go. Right there, proof of useful work is already limiting a lot of people. You're going to have to build. You're going to need decent motherboards. You're going to need decent things. You're not going to be stacking up 30 rigs in a frame anymore for proof of useful work. You're going to be putting in a couple. So ×8 looks like the minimum, 16 is preferable. This is pretty much what I've been saying from the get-go when everyone says, no, it's not going to work that way. Now he it sounds like they claimed out that's how it's going to work, which is what I've been saying from the start of all this, is that's what makes sense. That's what you're going to need. We're moving into like a Filecoin. We're moving into, I guess, a Leo. Proof of use will work to really do all these things. You need to run these things as fast as you possibly can. You can't do that on times 1 like you normally would with crypto mining. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. So you know what? Maybe CPU mining farms are going to get even more profitable, because look at that. We got Ryzen rigs stacked up all over the place. Those all have times 16 and times 8 slots. And then maybe now would be the time. No, not now, not yet. But eventually we start firing in our GPUs into our CPU mining rigs. And if something like, I guess, a Leo proof of use will work and really start taking off, we're going to be building a lot of these types of rigs here. But then again, that's hash rate pulling off to there. So we'll see what happens, you know, with all the situations. It's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I am curious. I have been talking to OCTOMINER actually about that. And I heard that they're releasing their server case. I do believe Panda is supposed to be getting one soon. I said, hey, I want one of these too. What's going on? Fire one over. And they said, we'll see what happens maybe later. So, you know, I'm on the back burner, the little guy that probably won't get one, but I'm still trying to see what happens, what this thing's all about. RabidMining, you got a lot CPU mining with good motherboards. Just add high-end GPUs when it comes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. You know, I'll fire in. Well, what is this? I can use 2 GPUs per rig if times 8 is the minimum. But in theory, you probably do want to utilize that times 16 for sure. Now, is this also going to make a comeback for maybe SLI? Remember the 4090s, high memory and everything? We start putting in 3090s and 4090s in SLI mode. Is that going to boost it up a bit more? Other than just putting in, you know, a 3090 and something in an X8 with a 3080 or something. So, you know, SLI may start gaining some benefits as well again. Cram makes the rig a lot cheaper. You don't need additional RAM. Crap. Rabid gonna dump his coins on you. You have more pull for CPU miners. Yeah, I don't even know. I messaged AMD probably every 2 weeks and I never get a reply. I called them once and someone answered and said, yeah, who are you looking for? And then I got disconnected. Said, okay, hold on a second. And then I called them back. They probably hung up on me. I probably didn't get disconnected, but I called them back when I got disconnected. Said, hi, I just got disconnected. I was looking for the marketing, yada, yada, yada. And they said, oh no, we can't point you through unless you got an invitation from an AMD ourselves. I'm like, well, how are you supposed to reach anybody for this stuff if you have to get an invitation? You try to reach out to anybody, nobody talks to you. So, you know, it's a never ending process. So obviously we're not big enough to be recognized by AMD at this point. I'd imagine that workload will be split into multiple chunks to go across multiple rigs. So SLI feels already irrelevant. Possibly, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it's just an idea. We don't know how any of this stuff is really going to work until it actually comes out and we can play around with this thing. But it's interesting. We got snowblow for Mr. Green. What? Mr. Black. Hey, secure. What's going on, Secure? I'm just going to go with Secure on this one. Patrick Grant at RabidMining. I'd imagine that workload will be split into multiple chunks to go across multiple rigs. So oh yeah, I just read through that. Okay, never mind. Any more ads here? Did you see Red Panda Mining 20 GPU Mob 1? I did not. Did he do it? I saw he got the motherboard. I didn't see the video yet. Did he actually build the full 20 GPUs in that one? Was it a full build in that one? How to make BTC ASIC silent. What is it? I know Fully Electric has a thing. I don't know what it's called. They're the components. There's a thing you can 3D print. It's almost like a cone. It's a shroud. You can get it on Thingiverse and some. Is it Thingiverse? I don't know. But it's a shroud, and then you can get this blower. It's like a fan that pulls. So therefore, you're not even using the ASIC fans in general. Remember, the ASICs aren't loud because of the ASICs. The ASICs are loud because of the fan. So if you can get airflow to your ASIC any way you can think of to keep it cool enough that's quiet, then you have a quiet ASIC. It doesn't matter what the ASIC is. It's the 6,000, 7,000 RPM fans that shoot out like rocket ships that are causing all the noise. So if you can find a quieter way to cool them, then that's obviously will cool it down a lot much more. Now you can get to, like I said, those shrouds, and then you can put like that blower type of fan thing on it. It's a lot quieter, and then that'll cool just well as for you. Fully electric show, remove all the fans, yeah. But fully electric show me some screenshots of what he has going on. I can't remember what they're called. Dual 120 millimeter to 8-inch external fan. So that, let's just see. I'm gonna copy exactly what he said, and I'm gonna put that in the Google. And we're gonna have a look at it and see what it pops up for us. So let's just jump into here. Engage. Engage. I don't see it. I don't see it. ASIC, no. I don't know. It's like a big fat fan thing that's like, yeah, I don't know. It's not there. Oh yeah, you could do the immersion cooling as well. Personally, myself, I'm not a big fan of the immersion cooling thing because one, I don't know, like does it take extra power? Because now you gotta designate a space, especially for a home miner. Now, if you're in a big industrial area, you know it's probably a different situation. But if you're like a home miner, you point that in the corner. Now you need to get all the liquid, and then you got to do this, and that probably got to plug it in. You're running pumps, so that's even more power being used that most people probably don't calculate into any of their power costs because they're like, oh, I got this ASIC, it's 3,300 watts. Yeah, maybe this liquid cooling thing is using an extra 400 watts, but I just ignore that because I'm just counting how much the ASIC is using. You got to tack that onto your ASIC so you know how much you're covering, because that's part of the ASIC now in terms of power. So then you got your fluids, and then also now say 2025 hits, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, the miner I bought is now worth 5 times what I paid for, and I got all this crypto. I'm gonna sell my miner. So now you turn around and go sell your miner, and it's full of this liquid that the end user who buys it is probably like, I don't probably want this. Yeah, you can clean it off depending on the liquid you use. Like, I know some people are using mineral oil. That's probably a bad idea. We worked with mineral oil a lot on the drilling rigs when we got to like around 1,500 meters plus, and then started to turn horizontal there for some of those fracking wells. Yes, I drilled some wells for frackers down by up by Fox Creek there. But anyway, once you get to the horizontal leg, we swapped that out for mineral oil because it was such less, but it pushed the residue up easier for your cuttings. So we moved into that, and that once that got on something, it was not coming off. It'd get in between every little crack. It would come in. Oh, it doesn't come off. No matter how hard you try, you'll always have a little bit of that left somewhere in some nook or cranny. But yeah, mineral oil destroys plastic, makes it brittle. There's that too. Question: did you have the info about ASIC ban and the ASIC hacks? Soon ASICs will be illegal for residential and civilian. What? I did not hear about that. No. Did you? No, I don't have any info on that. An ASIC ban and ASIC hacks. What is that? ASICs will be illegal for residential and civilian use? I was not aware of that situation. How does that work? How do you ban an ASIC miner in someone's house? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. What? I got to look into that. That seems very interesting. I have no idea what's going on that. Yeah, where did you hear that? I have no idea. What is that? We need some more info, Kazuma X. What is this? ASIC hacks? I don't understand how you could ban a home ASIC miner. It doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? There's a plus side to this. It's a good thing. A lot of the latest Bitmain and a lot of the latest ASICs, they're not really ASICs. They're FPGAs. So technically, there you go. It's a FPGA inside, like the E9 Pro. Looks like it's a potential FPGA. Actually, no. Fully Electric was saying it's a percentage FPGA mixed with ASIC. So yeah, that's the thing. Never mind. It's not full FPGA. It's a mixture of the two. ASICs is in every Wi-Fi router. We use ASIC every day. Move down to the US and enjoy your freedom. Wherever there's cheap power, that's where I'm going to move to. And if you're just tuning in, remember at the beginning of this live stream, we're talking about a crypto mining private island that we're going to buy, and half of it will be solar panels. The other half will be a mining farm. And instead of golf carts going back and forth on our own private road, it will be Lambos. Just saying. Oh, crazy. Oh, nuclear power? No, I guess. No, what if we have a meltdown? That'd be bad. Don't want a nuclear meltdown at the mining farm. Oh, guys, we got a code red at the nuke plant on the mining farm. That'll make a video and a half as we all melt away. Oh, crazy. Lambos and fiber internet. There we go. Volcano power. Hey, if you could find a way to harness volcano, I bet you those things could produce a lot of power. There's a new version of hydro. If you can get some like hydro things in there that can not melt under lava, that would probably push some. That'd be an evolution. That's a new hydro. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's figure out how to turn a volcano into a freaking power plant. That's what we need. Forget Lambos. I want lambs. The word ban doesn't settle well at all with me. Stoker Ace does not like the term ban. Don't use it anymore, people. Do not use it. I heard in Canada you cannot use a firearm for self-defense. Is that true? I saw a recent case with the president. Oh, you mean the prime minister? We don't have a president. We got a prime minister. I'm not sure. I don't really follow anything they say. I don't pay attention. Usually when it pops up on the news on what, the officials say, I hit the fast forward button most of the time, unless it seems like it might be something worth checking out. Use the lava to heat water. Steam equals power. Very true. But then we're going to be losing up all the steam. I thought about that at first. So I was like, hey, we could just find a big plant. Obviously we could suck out of whatever and then dump the steam into the middle of the volcano and just turn the water into the middle of the volcano. But then that'd be bad because then eventually we'll run out of water if all we're doing is pumping the water into the volcano to turn it into steam. That's probably a bad idea. We need something renewable. Eventually that won't be renewable. So we'll run out of water. That'd be a bad day. So yeah, got to figure something else out on the volcano thing. Steam power might not be a good idea. What else do we got going on here? What do we got cooking? Oh yeah, let's take a look at this. This is bad. So Cadena. I don't even know if I want to get started on this. Anyway, we got 2 workers here. We're rocking away on poolflare.net. Currently averaging about 7.42 terahash and 8.14 current terahash. This is with KD Box Pro as at 232 watts. And then we got the KD2. Yeah, I got them all mixed up. It's not a KD Pro. It's a KD Box 2, which is averages around 5. It's currently sitting at 4.85. And oh my gosh. So I was over. When I first got the CK Box or the KD Box 2, beginning of the month, before the KA3 shipped, I was about 2.2, 2.3 Cadena per day. I'm down to 1.09. 1.09. 400 watts plus 232 watts. That's like 632 watts. That's like $1.71, $1.72 per day at 11 cents per kilowatt hour to run. So $1.09. Let's take a look. What's that currently making right now? So if I go into Cadena Price Live, I think I have that in here. Let's just refresh this to make sure it's correcto mundo. Oh, what the heck is that? That's not what I wanted. Okay, come back in there. So 1.09. Let's put that in there. 1.09. 1.09. $1.18. You guys see that? It's $1.18. These miners are making per day right now at 630 watts. It's $1.71, $1.72 or so to cover the power. They are not covering their power price anymore at all. Zero. So obviously we need a Cadena pump. Now, I don't know what to do. Should I fire these workers? I think I might have to fire these darn workers. That might be a thing. Now, obviously, if the price shoots up again, it will be worth it. But we don't know if it's going to shoot up. We're all on hopium mode at this point. It will go up, right? But I'm better off buying the power. Now, I can't afford extra money for power because I use my mine coins to cover the power. So this is another expense that my CPUs have to cover waiting for hopium. So what do? Should I shut these off? Maybe sell some Duro, sell whatever else I'm mining, Dagger and whatever at the time on my CPUs and just buy some Cadena for that pump? I'll probably get a lot more if I do that, but I don't know. I'm up in the air. I still haven't finally decided what I'm going to do yet. But what do you guys think I should do? Should I fire these workers, kick them to the curb, or should I just wait? Now, on that aspect, I want to bring up, where is it? There is one miner out there that might be decent moving into the future. I don't know yet. A lot of uncertainty. Where's ASIC miner value? Is it here? It might not even be. It's actually a miner Bitmain didn't kill yet. And I'm referring to Sia coin. So as we know, we have the CK box. CK box, which is the nervous miner. K7 came out. It is still profitable, but as more K7s come online, obviously it's going to be killing that miner. We got the KD box 2. We know what's happening. I just showed you the KA3 is killing those miners. But there is another miner, the SC box 2. Is coming out very soon from Gold Shell. And Bitmain has not released a Sia coin miner yet. So what do we got here? We got these. We got Gold Shell. So Gold Shell is still winning in something, finally, at least, I guess. So we got the Gold Shell, SC this. They don't have the CK box, SC box 2 on here. So let's just look it up. Let's take a look at the SC box 2. SC box 2. Now, I think I have one of these coming. It hasn't been confirmed yet. That's the wrong one. Gold Shell, Gold Shell. Yeah, here we go. SC. What am I calling it? SC box is what I meant. So Gold Shell box 2, SC box 2, right here. So we have a new box miner coming from Gold Shell. This is the SC box 2. And just like everything else, it looks like the CK box 2. It looks like the KD box 2. And it's the exact same estimated power consumption. 400 watts at the hash rate mode. 260 at the low power mode, 1.45 terahash versus 1.9 terahash. And there we go. So I don't know if it's going to be profitable or not at this point. We did see a pump on Sia coin. I actually, when I tested the CK Light miner, it does handshake as well as Sia coin. And because Sia coin used less power, I was mining Sia coin instead. So this is the only miner that Bitmain has not dropped a death bomb on yet. So hopefully it will do something decently. Now, this is saying 17 terahash at 3,300 watts. Let's just kind of do some quick hash to watt ratios to see what the efficiency is. So in theory, this is making, is this on my power? Let's just make sure I'm on the right power here. Click that. Go back to Sia. 11 cents. Okay, yeah. So I want to see what the efficiency is. So in theory, if this thing is as efficient as this SC6 SE or close to it, you know, we should be profitable on it. So I'm just gonna have a look here. So we got 17 terahash. We're gonna divide that by 3,300 watts. That is 0.00515. I gotta write that down. 0.00515. So I haven't done I would throw this onto my spreadsheet right now, but I didn't do the spreadsheet for this miner yet. So I should probably have just done that, but maybe I'll have that ready for you guys tomorrow. We can check it out. But so right now we're at 0.00515. Now let's just have a look at this one. So 1.9 terahash, 1.9, divide that by 400. That is 0.00475. So it's less efficient, obviously, than the big guy. Let's see what efficiency mode looks like. 1.45. And again, don't know if these numbers are on par. It could be a little bit off. It's just what they're telling us it should do. And this is 0.00557. So what did I say? That was 5. It's pretty close. I can't even find where I wrote down my, oh, right here, 0.00515. And this in low power mode is actually 0.00557. So this is more efficient. This thing is more efficient in theory right now, looking at base reported numbers on them of, where did I put basic miner value? I lost you. Than this thing. So in theory, it should at least be profitable because it's actually more efficient than this big beast right here. Now, it does not mean that eventually, no, maybe in a month or two from now, Bitmain could easily say, hey guys, guess what? See you later, Sia coin. We just dropped the S series is their Bitcoin miners. What would they do? What letters do they have left? We're going to drop an M92 or something. M93, because Fully Electric says that they like odd numbers, which makes sense, actually, that you think about it. All their numbers in their ASICs are actually odd numbers. So they're going to drop an N97 or something on us and take over the Sia coin network in the next couple months. Potentially. We'll see what happens. Do I like Handshake? I don't know. I don't know much about Handshake. I didn't mine it because it used more power when I tested out the HS Lite. So I don't know. But I do have some Sia coins because I previously mined it in the past on that Luxor pool, I believe it was. And that was actually, I was excited for that. When I tested out that HS Lite and I was using the Luxor pool, I was like, oh, okay, this is what it feels like to be an ASIC miner. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat because it was my first time I actually minus the L3 Plus. But I was in the Luxor pool. The dashboard looked like new age and it was kind of sweet. And I was mining on this ASIC that didn't really make any noise. And I was like hitting the SIA coin. I was like, this is awesome. This is pretty sweet. You know, it's not making that much right now. But, you know, just looking at my hash and stuff within the dashboard, I was like, yeah, this is how it starts type of thing. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't know about Handshake. I might see a coin when I tested it. Never really tested out Handshake. Grin coin or Epic coin, which is fork from Grin? I heard about Epic. No, am I thinking Epic Cash? Epic Cash or Epics? That's the same thing, right? Epic stands for Epic Cash or whatever. So maybe that's it. They actually just released an easy GUI wallet as well a few weeks back. You used to have to do some weird confusing thing with that. Kazumax, thank you again for the €5. RabidMining, if I had your farming set, I would fire all GPUs and ASIC miners for cash and buy coins. I'm interested in keeping the CPU miners for long term. I've been thinking about that a lot, Kazumax, actually. I was thinking, should I dump some of that? But at the same time, you know, right now it's not the time to be selling hardware right now. It is the time to be accumulating hardware in theory. So there's a lot of uncertainty for GPUs in the future, 100%. Obviously, like you said, you're selling them now to buy the coins for those pumps, and then obviously you'll make a lot more. But I still want to hold on to them because we don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, I still got to do a lot of testing as the years go by on GPUs, on coins, and so on for the channel. So I need my GPUs and stuff. But moving on, if something does explode and GPU mining can get decently profitable again, it's not going to be like Ethereum levels at all in 2025. But you know, if it starts to get a little bit, then we start to see some GPU profit or prices start to go up. That's when most likely I'll probably try to dump some GPUs and stuff off on the market when they gain a little bit of value. But they might not even gain that much value because I really think there's a lot of uncertainty, and GPUs, I don't think they're going to do that great in 2025 unless, again, a lot of miners still have to quit for that to happen. And a lot of, what's it called? A lot of coins have to, you know, hit some pretty serious price levels for this to happen. Now, it doesn't mean it won't happen. Like Nexa and Kaspa, they're taking the reins and they're seriously taking off. They're going big. Let's look at this right quick, actually. ASICs, GPUs, close to ETH. Let's do the close to ETH thing here again. So right here, Kaspa and Nexa are currently, actually, these aren't even their new prices. I should adjust them actually to their newer price. So what are they at? Kaspa is this is Nexa is at 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's pretty close to where it's at now. Okay, anyway. So obviously we come down here, we can see total being mined out of all these is $991,000 right now, which is down 95% of what just Ethereum alone was given miners the day before the merge. This is what Ethereum was given miners the day before the merge. And this is when the price was coming down. It was $21.9 million just before the merge at a lower price than the bull run. It was, what were we at? I can't even remember. It was at $2,000, $2,200. I don't even remember, but that's where it's at. No, 1635. So 1635 USD. So around the 2000 mark Canadian. But that was 21.9 million, down 95% right now. Now I took all these same coins and there's still more coins out there. Obviously, don't get me wrong. But all these coins added up when they're at their previous all-time highs. Every coin here, and some of these all-time highs, they happen like, here you can see Ergo's was 2017, Bitcoin Gold 2017, Beam was 2018, and some of these are like 100x of what they have ever been close to after their all-time high. So I put in their all-time highs here. We're still down 73% down of what Ethereum was giving us just before the merge. And Ethereum was profitable, obviously a lot more profitable than what we are now, but it was losing a lot of profitability at this time before the merge because the price was coming down quite a bit. So, but we are still down 73%. So like I said, a lot of miners are going to still have to quit, and these coins got to hit crazy levels. Like Kaspa, like it's got to hit like what, 30 cents maybe? Like Nexa's got to hit, you know, it's got to move up a couple more decimal points. You know, it doesn't mean it's not possible. It could very well happen. Or maybe another coin is still going to emerge that could help this out. Because remember, Kaspa and Nexa prior to the merge weren't really here. Caspa was here, slowly getting talked about. Not much, wasn't even listed on an exchange yet. Nexa wasn't around. This is recent. It just came out a couple months ago. Well, CPU miner since I guess last summer, I guess, but GPUs hit it, a couple months ago. We also, I have Radiant on here. There's a couple other coins I still got to add on to here, I guess. But point is, we're nowhere near those profitability levels. Even at every coin hitting its all-time high, and I like to say it before, if the merge happened at the peak of 2021, when everything was around its highs, we would still be unprofitable because that's the level of that Ethereum had versus, and everyone bought hardware for Ethereum. And, everything looked good. Oh, this is still making this much after this. This is still making that when Ethereum was around. But the amount of hardware that actually unloaded, and majority of it was GPUs, not ASICs on the Ethereum network, which is what we've been trying to showcase to people, because everyone was saying it's 80% ASICs on Ethereum. It's hardly GPUs. It's hardly GPUs. No, it's not. It was 70 to 80% GPUs. Hardly any ASICs were hanging out on the Ethereum network. So now we're witnessing the aftermath, and the end of Ethereum is worse than any crypto bear market. We're actually in a better bear market than previous ones. We didn't hit the lows that we should have hit based on previous bear markets. So the only thing that's really stopping the profitability right now is due to the hash rate across the networks currently on the GPU coins, because there's too much damn hardware out there to make anything profitable. And there's a lot more hardware still just shut off, waiting to turn on, because no one can get it through their heads that GPU mining will potentially not come back. So everyone thinks it's going to pump again. It's going to become the next big thing, best way to mine. I really think it's probably going to be one of the worst ways and profit-wise to mine crypto into 2025. But again, we don't know because we still have uncertainties. What levels will some of these coins hit, and how many miners will still, will begin to finally give in and throw in the towel? Because I still think we need a lot more miners to quit in order for that profitability to pick back up. But that's just my 2 cents on the situation. I think many, including myself, figured the merge was just more talk like the other times they said it was coming. That's very true too. That's another thing that was going through a lot of people's minds is, will it actually happen? Will it actually happen? No, there's uncertainty with everything. We have no idea if it'll happen. Now, obviously, best case scenario and hopium, we see Flux smash out some massive gains. We see Raven. We see everything blow past previous all-time highs, because that's what we need. We need everything to blow past all-time highs to hit the level of what Ethereum alone was. And then we still have everything else. So like right now, it's not the best time to mine crypto because we have such high hash rates. Usually bear markets, we get super high yields. Everything's halving also at the same time now, but we usually get super high yields. People turn off, they're waiting. That's not happening this time. We're at all-time high hash rates across the board due to the fact that GPUs have nowhere to actually go. And people are mining break even, mining at 2 cent profitability, mining at minus 10 cent profitability, just hoping for something to hit some levels in the future. So it's very interesting. How can farms afford staying on right now? Well, it all depends on the farm, I guess. Remember, farms have a lot cheaper. They do have headway. They got to pay employees and stuff like that, so on. So they have extra prices. But, we're dealing with farms at the same time that only have 2 cent power, 3 cent power. They're probably getting custom bulk deals from all their mining equipment, Bitcoin miners and stuff from Bitmain. They're getting a lot cheaper prices for us. They're getting firsthand picks of stuff. And they're also dealing with a lot less power prices than us. And they can afford, they move to locations that have cheaper power, cheaper countries. They're building solar farms. Freaking Hut 8, Southern Alberta, about 3-4 hours from me. Medicine Hat had 2 power plants. 2 power plants to run the city. Hut 8 said, hey, here's some money. Give me your power plant. They bought an entire power plant off the city of Medicine Hat to run their mining farms in Southern Alberta here. I want to go there and check it out one day. It's, like I said, it's only 4 hours away. Big Hut 8 farm running their own freaking power because they bought it off the city. So that's what we're dealing with. These places own their own power companies. These places own all this, and they're all publicly funded and stocks and stuff like that. So they have a lot of money to play around with as well. And then again, things pump, they sell, make a ton more money. The profit is under 5 cent power costs. Interesting. Actually, Like, I don't know. Let's just do a quick example here. Where is ASIC miner value? ASIC miner value. Where are you? I can't find you. There we go. So let's have a look. You know, obviously most of these farms, they're heavy Bitcoin mining, right? So BTC mining. Let's just look at a BTC farm. Let's go Shaw. What is this? Handshake. No. Hey, the HS3 looking not too bad. What are you doing? Oh, it's only $12. No, it's not too hot. Shaw 256. Come on. So what do we got here? We got this guy. Okay, we got that. Okay, some people do it 3-phase. Let's say this guy, $2. 140 terahash, $2. Is this still at my power price? I'm just gonna open this up. Let's go over here. So at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. So if I had a mining farm right now, well, obviously it's going to take a long time to ROI, but you have cheap power. These things are hodling, they're paying it, whatever. They took out a loan, but you know, 2.25 times 2,000 miners, you know, that's $4,500 a day after power at 11 cents per kilowatt hour mining Bitcoin. Now these guys have a lot cheaper power, obviously. Like let's like you said, 5 cents. Let's look at 5 cent power. There's $6.58 at 5 cent power. So let's look at 2,000 miners. So 6.58 times 2,000 miners. You know, these guys are making $13,160 a day after their power costs at 5 cent power. And then we got farms at 2 cent power. Like as residential miners, we're not competing. We can't compete with them. It's impossible to compete at this type of level. So they do have a thing. Now, if I had my own mining farm, like I know we have overhead costs and they're a big public thing, but like serious, if I had like a couple $1 million and I threw up like a solar farm and stuff, I wouldn't be hiring employees. Sure, it might take me a little longer to do this and stuff, but I'd have the RabidMining Corporation and it'd have 2,000 miners in it. I have no problems running it myself and going through every single miner one at a time. Sure, if you know if something goes down or something, it might take me a week to find out which one it is, but I don't have to pay $100,000 to employees a year or something like that. You know, maybe I'm being cheap and that doesn't sound very like a good idea, but you know, there's different ways to run things. What do we got here? Set power rate halving though. Yeah, the halving is coming in. So obviously divide that by half, but then the price of Bitcoin is going. Remember, we hit 30K. We gotta go to the evolution. We know Bitcoin is gonna go higher. And what was the bottom? 2017 bottom was like $3,000, actually 3,000 Canadian. So it'd be less USD. And is that 2018? Yeah, 2018. Now we hit the bottom in 2022 is 15.5. So what's the bottom going to be in 2026 at the Bitcoin halving of 3? But still the bottom, what? 30, 25 to 30,000, 34,000. I have no idea. Maybe higher, maybe lower. And then we don't know until we see the all-time high. But this is where, again, the gradual bottom, the gradual peaks, it keeps going higher and higher. So, you know, when it comes to Bitcoin, the profitability will still be there depending on the hash rate. Obviously, it's going to come down to cheaper and cheaper power, solar, and things like that. But yeah, it's going to be crazy because more and more efficient miners keep coming out. Difference between coins and tokens are huge. Tokens need mainstream adoption, advertisement, and all. I have a hard time keeping up with 64 active miners. I got going, well, some 51 miners, but still PITA. Well, that's true too. Like, I guess, like over time, it will, when you get a brand new miner, obviously you expect it to run for at least a year or two before you have any types of issues. But yeah, you start running miners for a few years, you're going to start having things go down and replace things. Actually, what was it? It wasn't the case. Was it the L7? I don't remember which one it was. One of the later miners. I remember that there was a shop. I seen some shop or an ASIC repair shop, and it was getting a crap ton of miner. I think it was the L7 actually, and it's like it was only a few months old at this time. They were getting a lot of miners into repair. So, you know, I guess depending how they were built at the time, maybe you will run into issues a lot sooner than you would like with some of these miners. So that you never know, I guess. You just never know. But in theory, you would think a brand new miner would at least make it a year before you have to start doing some types of maintenance on it. So, you know, after a couple of years, yeah, it's going to take some time. You're going to have to keep every batch just kind of together and be like, okay, something went down. I got to figure it out. And that would take some time to deal with. But yeah. Yesterday on So Team, BBT said that some miners have 30% failure rate depending on model. 30%, that's pretty high, especially if you're buying a lot. If you're buying a lot, like you buy a pallet, like not a pallet, like buy a truckload, 1,000 miners here, 2,000 miners there, 30% will add up. I'm not in that level yet, though, to be buying a freight truck full of miners, but maybe next year might be over there. Might get a couple truckloads. I mean, I'm just kidding. As if I got like no power anywhere. I can't do that. I definitely, the only way, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of trapped where I'm at right now in order to expand my power. It's all underground. It's super expensive. Power price might not even be worth it. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. The main daily issue I get is pool having high rejection rate, and sometimes it's the port on a switch or cable or controller board. That makes a lot of sense. Control boards I see usually end up being the highest rate of failure. Now that got me also interested in something. Now you can purchase. Remember with the L3 pluses, I thought about this. Now I don't know if all the parts are out there yet, but when the L3 pluses were going out, you could buy the control board. The shells, well, don't even need the shell, but the control board and the ASIC chips, like, you go to these ASIC manufacturers and you're purchasing. Now, is it almost cheaper to build your own freaking ASIC than buying the ASIC itself? I thought about this a few times. I never actually tried it, but I'm thinking about it. Like, so, say an S19 is going for whatever, $2,000-$3,000. Could you buy the control board for a couple $100? Each ASIC board for, $500-$600, and eventually once you get it all, no frame, no case or nothing, could you piece it together, make a homemade something, and maybe get you pretty much built your same ASIC miner for cheaper than ordering it from somewhere? I thought about this sometimes, and I don't know if any of you guys ever thought about that, but I think it might work if you can find the parts cheap enough. Oh yeah, there's PSUs in there as well. You sure could. Yeah, see, Bedford Newman says you sure could. It would be a hassle for sure. But remember, this takes me back to everything I always say before. People using unmineable, Zerg pool. Nothing wrong with them at all in any way, shape, or form. But if you mine your coins, swap it yourself, you save the middleman fees and you make more crypto in the process. You look at exchanges with minimum fees. Do your own work. Do more manual work in your crypto journey. You will benefit more long term because you will have more crypto instead of paying and using these easy to go platforms. And that's the same thing with these ASIC things. Build it yourself. Yes, it's going to take a little more hassle. It's going to take a little more work, but it could save you more money and you get the exact same finished product in the end in terms of hash rate and power consumption. So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if it would actually work. I want to do that one day, but I just don't have any extra money to actually try and do that one day. But we'll see what happens. I think it'll be interesting. I'm building my own ASIC miner. Screw you, whoever sells them. The problem is good hash boards cost more to buy loose than a complete miner. That's very true as well. It also depends on the miner. Like I remember in the L3 pluses, like because they don't make the L3 plus stuff, they don't really make anymore. I was talking to one in Montreal here in Canada. I was looking for a control board. They only had one left or something. They said these aren't made anymore and some other parts weren't made anymore. But newer ASICs, they had crap tons of stuff in because, they're the newer models. That's what everybody's buying now. But they quit making the older stuff. So the older products were a lot more expensive and not really worth to do it. But the newer stuff, they had a crap ton of stuff in stock because that's what everyone is buying now. So they needed it. So, it all depends, probably supply and demand, the year of the miner. How new is it? Really new? Like I bet you a miner that's about a year old right now probably has a lot of parts. I could probably, like an L7, for example, you might be able to build one pretty cheap now compared to buying one. But again, I don't know. Kazuma X, Rabid, if you want asset that grow in time, that's coins with limited supply. The more it stays, the more it grows in value. Only utility is buy, sell, exchange. No, that's very true. I agree with that 100%. And you got to remember, people losing wallets, people losing coins over time. Less coins will actually kind of be online in theory, depending on the emissions and where they are in their mining schedules and so on. But yeah, they grow in value over time just due to the fact that there's a less total supply of said coin. So yeah, total makes 100% sense. All other coins, FTX, ETH, and all that crap is influenced by media and fluctuates by someone's opinion. Yeah, that was a big thing with Ethereum. Remember? Like they always talk about market caps and this and that. And they have their halving schedules and emissions, but ETH was always unlimited. If somebody wanted Ethereum, they could go out there and buy more Ethereum. It was minted. It was there. There's unlimited supply of it. So the limit was based on the money in the world that could buy it, I guess. So in theory, that's a lot of Ethereum. And you go against something else like say Bitcoin. There's like what? I always revert back to that term. So you guys probably heard this. I've said it multiple times in the past. There's over like 55 million millionaires in the world today, right? There will ever only be 21 million Bitcoin. And a lot of it has been sold and lost over time already in the early days of Bitcoin. The block reward was huge, right? So that's already gone. So, but in theory, total, there will only be 21 million. What if every millionaire wanted one Bitcoin? That is a price rocket explosion because it is impossible for every millionaire to own one Bitcoin. Plus, you got all the people out there and everything as well. This is where we could see a Bitcoin explosion happen. That's a long ways out there, obviously, but it's just the theory of this whole supply thing, full supply and everything. So crazy. Yeah, there's still unlimited ETH. ETH is always going to be unlimited. You want Ethereum, you can buy it. How much do you want? As much money as you can afford to buy it with. There is no supply limited on Ethereum, unlike most of the proof of work coins, as well as always the big one, Bitcoin. It is all a limited supply. Epic Cash will capture the BTC crowd because it's more true to Satoshi's white paper. All the cryptos these days, like they're trying to do their own thing and all this stuff, which is awesome. But to me, the value of crypto is its intended purpose to buy and sell products without the traditional fiat system. Take your Bitcoin, crypto.com, Visa and stuff. You're still technically using fiat for that, but like you're swapping your Bitcoin, you're buying stuff with it. You're mining your Bitcoin, you're buying stuff. You're mining whatever, swapping it to Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever. You're buying stuff with it. That's the value I feel crypto is. And the coins that are able to implement the fastest, cheapest way to move the coins around to purchase stuff from a vendor is the coins that are going to end up being the winners in the end. I feel that's the way I feel about the whole crypto thing. And that's why I also feel I never used to be a Dogecoin person, but I kind of am now because they're leaps and bounds ahead of 95, 98% of the other cryptos out there, because most of them are just saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're doing that. But none of them are being used to purchase stuff. They're being used to swap to this or try this or do a DeFi thing or that. But who cares? I don't care about DeFi and all this other crap going on. The purpose of crypto is to purchase things with it. And Dogecoin does that. You go to a lot of these coin sites that accept crypto payments. Dogecoin is listed there alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some things like that. XMR is a big one that you can use to buy for stuff too. And it's privacy based. But Dogecoin is there to use as currency to purchase stuff. And in the end of the day, that's the only thing I care about crypto in reality, because you can use it to purchase stuff. You can mine your coins. We yell at the governments and everybody all day. Oh, they're printing more money. They're printing more money. They're giving away more money. Well, we're mining our own money and we're buying stuff with it. That's crypto in my mind. What do we got here? Litecoin. Litecoin's a big one there too. I don't even know how I didn't mention Litecoin when I was putting those together. But Litecoin's another massive one. These are probably my top cryptos, and it's for those very reasons, because you can use them to buy stuff. SF news: block rewards will be reduced from 2 FF to 1 FF. Oh, when's that happening? That was pretty quick. They're already dropping that. They're trying to have it so they can make it worth. That doesn't make any sense, because that's probably unlimited too, because it's an F fork. Plus, ETF is doing that Dogecoin fork to run alongside MergeMiner. I don't know what's going on. Justin Sun, he's doing something. Expect a rug pull there very soon, because he's always pulling out of something that's about to crash and burn and everyone loses money on. Last major 3 issues in crypto, FTX, the Luna thing, and now probably ETF here. He was in every single one of them. And if you guys didn't know this, he pulled out within like a couple hours to a day before the ultimate crackdown and crash of each of these platforms. So anywhere he is, something bad tends to happen. Just be very careful with these things that involves Mr. Justin Sun. LTC and XMR will be the next gems after BTC. Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree with that, Kuma X. LTC, XMR. I'm hoping Duro will be on there somewhere, obviously. Raptorium too. Those are some of my bigger holdings, obviously, as well as Future Belief. So yeah, if these things can get added into like a payment method for places, I see huge explosions here. Justin sound like me. Justin sounds like you. LTC only increases when money moves in crypto. No, that's very true. That's very true. I feel LTC is I call it the money mover. That people get into Litecoin because pretty much every exchange. Now, we talked earlier in the stream, we said how Trade Ogre has the lowest BTC withdrawal fees versus Crypto.com, Binance, everyone. But across all of them, pretty much, LTC is very cheap to withdraw on any exchange. So that's what I always do. When I want to move crypto around, I buy Bitcoin here, get Bitcoin there, mine Bitcoin, send it to an exchange, swap it to LTC, and then depending what I want to pull out, I take that LTC and I move it to wherever, because like I said, it's cheap off any exchange. Withdrawal fees are very cheap with Litecoin. So most exchanges hardly charge you anything, like 9 cents, 6 cents, stuff like that. So you pull your crypto all out in Litecoin, move it to somewhere else, move that back into your Bitcoin or whatever, and then withdraw that Bitcoin or whatever to your own wallets or whatever you want to do with it at a cheap fee. So quick example, I just want to run through like something I would do. Say I want to buy a bunch of Bitcoin and I want it in my ledger. So I would go to something like, I guess, Crypto.com, Mexi, Binance, whatever. I would buy Litecoin with my money, my fiat money if I'm trying to invest. I'd buy Litecoin. I would move that to Trade Ogre. I would swap that Litecoin to Bitcoin, withdraw the Bitcoin to my ledger because Trade Ogre is the cheapest way to withdraw my crypto. In the end, I want Bitcoin. In the beginning, I start with Litecoin because it's a fast, easy, cheap transaction between all the platforms. And in the end, I got that cheap withdrawal of Bitcoin into my ledger. That's what I would do if I wanted Bitcoin, for example. So that's how I look at things. Litecoin, yes, a money moving coin that has a lot of high value. And like I mentioned earlier, like Dogecoin, it's also on a lot of platforms to buy stuff. Top up your Hive OS rigs with Litecoin. It's supported there. You can buy t-shirts. You can buy whatever you want on any store that supports those crypto coin payment methods, and Litecoin, Dogecoin, all those are part of it. So yeah, Litecoin's huge, I feel. So you're holding it against Justin Sun that he's smart enough to abandon a sinking ship before it's underwater. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying he's always part of a sinking ship. So maybe he's actually what's causing the sinking ship before the ship sinks, and then he pulls out. Don't get it wrong. Obviously, that's smart moves. You want to get out before these things crash. But it just seems like he happens to be anywhere where something crashes. Hello?
It's 12:40 and it's time for lunch.
Okay.
We're having lunch at grilled cheese.
Okay. It just messes with your neutral network. Why would you watch cartoon? Vitalik Buddha and my biscuits. What is going on here? What are you guys talking about? I don't even know. Anyway, little one came down, said it's time to eat. We have been here for an hour and 40 minutes, so it's been quite the long stream, guys. So we're gonna wrap this one up. I appreciate you all guys for showing up here. We will be doing a live AMA tomorrow on Sunday as usual. I will see you all in the next one.
Rabid out.